Oh, it is that time. That sweet time. That time that I get together with Mr. Sean Capra and we record a little show. But before we do that, we take a minute and we thank the wonderful people over at Patreon. We start with our gold members: Brendan Myers, James Johnson, Ryan Turford, Coach Timbo, Dawn Becker. Then we move into our platinum producers, Mr. Nasty Boots and Tammy. Our diamond executive producers, Corey Hicks, Jonathan Brown. Thank you guys for all you do. On to the show.
They're breaking down all the news and they're making it nice. Give Furukawa and Bowser all their business advice. Gonna answer your questions, gabbing on and on. If you like what you hear, go check out the Patreon. The Nintendo Guru, yeah, his name is Bobby. He loves all things Nintendo except maybe Kirby. And the greatest co-host in all of the land. You know it's Sean like Connor, it could be like the past. If we ran Nintendo.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 172 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host in all the land, Mr. Sean Capra.
Bobby, you're looking around your room like somebody's about to sneak up on you, man.
I was just pulling like one of those like wrestling things where you just kind of
you're looking pretty cool over there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I didn't even put my glasses on. That's how cool I am.
I was worried about. This is my backup pair of glasses. I actually don't know where my main pair are. Good thing I had my extra set just over here, Bobby, because I was panicking a little bit.
The thing is people know I don't need to wear glasses, but like I wear them because
they look super cool.
Well, it makes me look smarter. But since I got the Beats, right? Since I got the Beats, they're tight on my ears, and it hurt by the end of the show. My ears are killing me, the back of my ears, because of the glasses. So I thought, let me break the Beats in properly. Then we'll break out the glasses.
We gotta get you a new set of heads. We gotta get you another headset, man.
I tried, but somebody was just like, nah, it's okay.
Gotta give them away for charity, man.
Yeah, apparently so. And then someone just like sends me a whole box of stuff, and then like, that's not yours though. You know, it's sent to you, but it's not yours.
You really gonna poop on me for that? There he goes. I thought it was pretty smart.
Well, you know what?
Good. We'll talk about it in a second, though.
Yeah, poop on. Yeah, whatever. You're over here, the cheapest man in the world. Like
I'm trying to save other people money.
No, you're trying to save yourself money. You don't want to have it sent to you, so you have to bring them into the country.
That wouldn't cost me a thing.
It would.
Can we get into shoutouts so we can actually talk about some of this stuff with your Wawa cup over there?
My
Look at that. That's sweet purple cup, bro.
Purple cup. I got this for Twitch.
That's actually really nice. Did you really?
Yeah, I got two purple cups for Twitch. And then yesterday my cousin Dawn was over, and she's up from Florida, and she's trying to steal it. And I'm like, no. Put the purple cup down.
You know what, man? I think I'm gonna have to get a Wawa cup like that and bring it home. We have to get some of your sweet New Jersey.
You need to, man. When you come up, or come down, whatever.
I am.
Anyway, Sean, stop talking. Let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our shout-outs.
Geek outs. Well, mine's a bit of a geek out.
I don't have any geek out. I don't get to geek out no more, man. I think we're going to change it from shout-outs to geek outs.
Now that you're okay to change it.
Well, you know, it's my thing, man. It's all right. You know.
Well, I'm looking forward to next week, man, when we get to see each other in person, because we can just have a whole sit-down about all this stuff.
Oh, my God. Is it next week?
Next week, man. Friday, I fly.
Oh.
I'm going to be checking in on Thursday to my flight.
Ready.
You know what I mean?
I'm not even ready for this.
Let me just tell you something. I've had quite the month, man. Can I regale you a little bit? Okay, so I will. You don't even have to say anything. This month is like Sean Capri meets the world month. Okay, I was in Nashville and met Donnie Reese. I'm gonna be flying down. I might see Donnie Reese again. I've got a 90-minute layover in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm bringing the skateboard that he donated and he's going to be getting. Do you think that we have a chance? Do you think we like?
No, just
if
stop.
I get off,
Nobody cares about this.
Toronto.
I'm sitting in the hospital this week with Miguel, and he goes, "What is Sean even talking about here?"
Why are you guys hating?
We're not hating. We're just like we're going through Twitter, and he's like, "What's the stupid thing Sean's talking about? Like in Atlanta? Why is it going to be in Atlanta?" And I was like, because I don't know. The planes are stupid. They fly all the way down to Atlanta before they come up to New York. You pass New York to go down to Atlanta to come back up to New York. Dumbest thing I ever heard of in my entire life.
Well, I even fly like further east. Like Toronto's further east than you guys, I think. Too. I don't even know geometry and whatever. It's actually geography. But I did that on purpose. Bobby, so I can have like a handoff. I've got 90 minutes where Donnie and I could do this thing, but I've already met him. But that's besides the point. This is Sean Meets the World month. Okay, met Donnie Reese. this past weekend, I hung out with Quest for Pixels, Joel Brooks, Tony Baker, Sheldon Benedict, and we played video games, man. Played Brawlhalla together.
No.
We hung out at West Edmonton Mall. Like, I was in their hotel room. It's a comfortable zone, man, where where a couple grown men just invite you into their hotel room where you can load up all your video games and play all night.
Yeah, okay.
It's a good time, man.
Well, that's the thing. Okay.
Well, look, it was a real honor. You know what, man? Can you pick it up a little bit, because I'm excited.
Listen, I'm just letting you just ramble on. You know, Todd's over there looking at his clock right now because I haven't even started. Because you're just hogging the spotlight. Yeah, hey, keep going. What else you got?
God, you're such a what am I even supposed to do with that? Well,
you're supposed to be quiet and let me go.
I thought you might actually be excited by the fact that, some of our friends, we all got to get together. We got to play some video games.
Oh, I'm excited that you got to hang out with our friends. That has me so excited. Yeah.
Oh, you meet up with Miguel. I'm like, that's amazing. You meet up with Brendan Myers.
I see Miguel almost every single week. What are you talking about?
Brendan Myers, you're so lucky. Oh, goodness gracious, Bobby. Don't make me drop another show. Oh, man. Okay, so Tony Baker spent like $130 on these puppets. Mm-hmm. He's got like Donkey Kong and a Goomba puppet, like hand puppets. Like we had such a great time, man. Anyway, if you're rushing me along,
you guys are playing puppet shows and stuff too.
What?
You guys are doing puppet shows in the room? What kind of hangout with this? Like what happened?
Things got a little crazy, man.
I guess they did.
Energy drinks were flowing. We played video games.
I'm sure that wasn't the only thing
flowing. We played
flowing.
Diablo together. We sold Tony on Diablo. It was a great time, man.
Diablo
it got me really hyped for Extra Life, where we're going to meet so many other people. Mm-hmm. And without running down everybody who's going to go there, I want to give a shout out to everybody who's making the trip. I can't wait to see you. And quickly, Bobby, yesterday I put out a big push for fundraising. I am now the top fundraiser for Phoenix Overdrive. Phoenix Overdrive is in almost the top 100 teams for fundraising. Everybody is absolutely killing it. So I want to give a quick shout out to Joel Brooks, Anonymous, Kyle Stevenson, Who Dat Ninja, Grrouchie Serge, Garrett Bland, Mark Carabin, Brendan Myers, The Famous Seamus, and the original Xbox, Eric Townsend. Everybody just picked it up big time. We raised over $250 in a single, basically in an hour, and just skyrocketed. Everybody's got a great chance for those Steel Series package that I sent to your house, so that Steel Series could save money sending to the States instead of sending to me. That's why.
Well, guess what's not going to make its way to Rome, guys. I'm sorry.
Yes. Well, it definitely. It
doesn't have to go to Rome, right? I can leave it here.
Probably.
Like, where are you mailing it out of?
You'll probably show it to your place, but whatever you want, we can talk about it after.
Whatever, I don't care. I can bring it up. It's fine.
All right.
I just didn't want to take them up and then forget. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll get.
I just thought somebody might be there who like.
Oh, okay, I got you.
They might be there if they win, and we could show them on camera and everything. Like they're real guys. Like they're dude, let me see, like that package is probably worth like $500.
Oh yeah.
Alone.
Yeah.
Plus the Game Pass and everything else, and I've got tons of cups. It's good stuff.
Okay. You done?
All right.
Okay.
Are you just take it from
I want to give a shout out to my boy Joe After Work, who yesterday out of nowhere I just text him and I'm like, hey man, this Luigi's Mansion statue light is available at Nintendo New York. It's exclusive to their, well, not exclusive to their, but they have it. They have a small amount. Can you just go pick me up one? And he was like, I'm right around the block. Give me a minute. He walks in. They have it. I PayPal him the money. We're good to go.
Well, good for you. I'm not excited for you at all.
But the other thing, I do seriously, I do want to give a shout out to everybody who reached out to me this week. Thank you guys so much. I had to cancel a streaming session because I've got a kidney stone. It is painful as all heck. And I'm just whatever. You know what I mean? Like today I woke up and I was just like, I don't know that I can record. But then I like popped a pain pill and I'm like, okay, I'm all right now.
Is it that quick? Like
no. I popped the pain pill and then about 40 minutes later, the pain is so severe, Sean. You feel like you're going to vomit. That's how bad the pain is.
Well, now I am forgiving you for being such a jerk to me before. I'm realizing that's probably what's going on.
I'm a little touchy-feely, man.
That's totally
not
even
touchy-feely.
I'm not even joking. I get it. Sucks.
The other person I want to give a shout-out to real quick before we go into our topics is Mr. Mark Carabin. My brother, my first true Canadian love. he's been reaching out to me this week. We've been talking, and he did tell me that I know more stuff about him than you do. So, Sean, just shut your face. Okay?
I'll just be here for color.
He actually messaged me and he goes, "Did you guys ever figure out who knows more?" And I'm like,
I guess we do now.
And I was just like, and he's like, "Well, the one thing you both know that we can't talk about," but he said the one thing you both know, and then he's just like, and I was like, "But Mark, dude, come on, I've known you for a lot longer, you know what I mean?" And he goes, "This is true. This is true." That's
fair. I still love you, Mark. Thanks for settling that dispute that most of us forgot about, I think. Let's go.
Anyway, so let's jump into some topics here. The first topic I have is, if we ran Nintendo, how would we handle companies like Capcom throwing decisions on new games for the Switch at our feet, acting like it's our decision? This week there was an article that came out. I'm just pulling this up now. I thought I had it ready to go. I do have it ready to go. But the producer, and I forget how to pronounce his name. I think it's Shigeru Ono. He's the producer of Street Fighter. Mm-hmm. And someone went up to him and was like, "Hey man, we would love for you to put Street Fighter on the Switch." And like the newer versions of Street Fighter and such.
Gotcha. I'm like, they've got 100 Street Fighters on the Switch.
And it was actually Nintendo like that, EGX. So he comes back and basically says, if you want, you'd have to go over to the Nintendo booth over there and convince them to bring it over. And Ono's reply to the courtesy of his translator was, "Can you go over to the Nintendo booth and maybe just shout out to the VIPs in the backstage, because they're the ones that you really need to talk to, not me. Even our previous Nintendo Switch Ultra, or our Nintendo title, Ultra Street Fighter 2, Nintendo came to us and said, we want to do something with the Street Fighter 2 because it's the 25th anniversary since it's been our previous Nintendo consoles. So I think they're the ones you need to convince, go on and mob that booth," is what he's saying. And my thing is, like, first off, no.
Yeah.
No. Like, you are the one that basically, it's your game.
Yeah. Like, thank God Nintendo reminded you that it was your 25th anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing is, and I Capcom is real notorious for this. And I feel like what they're trying to do, and I talked about it yesterday in a long form tweet over on my Twitter, where I said, like, I would love to see Capcom and Nintendo work together on an all-new exclusive Street Fighter for the Switch, similar to what Sony and Capcom did. But I feel like that's exactly what he's trying to do, is he's trying to get Nintendo to pony up money, because that was the thing with the Street Fighter 5 that went on on PlayStation 4. That game would not have gotten made without Sony backing it and funding it. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like Capcom just doesn't want to do anything unless Nintendo proves things to them. And that philosophy is really starting to grow old with me, but I also think it's starting to grow old with a lot of Nintendo fans. Mm-hmm. Where I think we're all just tired of the shenanigans that Capcom is pulling, where, newsflash, Capcom, Mega Man doesn't take off and explode again unless Nintendo puts Mega Man in Smash. And that's Nintendo going to you and saying, like, "Hey, can we borrow your character?" And then, by the way, you get paid a boatload of money, and then you reinvigorate this franchise and stuff. I don't understand why we as Nintendo would have to come to you and ask your permission to put a game on our console. You should be coming to Nintendo. We're now close to 38 million Switches in the wild now, and they're looking to do 18 million this year. You know what I mean?
We're not at the stage where, like, the Switch has to prove itself anymore.
No,
where that was, even when that was happening in the early days, everybody was kind of like, it never really hit anybody all that well. Mm-mm. Like, okay, and they said that about, like, one of the first Street Fighters. Like, if we're gonna do anything more, it depends on this one. EA did that. Like, Capcom has done it for sure. I think the one thing that I want to touch on, and you mentioned, like, you like to see Nintendo work with Capcom more and more in the future. Do you think that Nintendo has, like, missed an opportunity to just straight up buy Capcom? Do you think that they're
I think that ship sailed. I think that when they should have made that move was when Mega Man was kind of not really doing anything, dormant so much for.
Well, and before they had all these, like Monster Hunter now is selling better than ever.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 just kicked the doors down and everything. It's been a great year and a couple of years for Capcom. The other thing too is like Capcom is still very cross-platform too. So it's very weird because they have these very intimate relationships with Nintendo and with PlayStation.
Yeah.
Actually. So what I think the question comes back to, like, what do you do when you're not even going steady? You know what I mean? You're not even really all that exclusive to each other. But you have to wonder, do you think Nintendo is being maybe difficult with Capcom, where Capcom feels that the only thing that they can do, the only time they can work with Nintendo is if Nintendo kind of paves the way for it. Maybe Capcom's been burned a couple too many times by Nintendo, where they pitch an idea and they go like, no, that's stupid. And then the only thing that ever goes through is when Nintendo kind of spearheads it.
Yeah. I mean,
so maybe part of it is what does our relationship with Capcom look like?
And my feeling is, honestly, it's one of these situations where you need Capcom for games like Monster Hunter.
Big time.
But as far as the rest, I don't feel like you need them at all. The Resident Evil games, like, dude, maybe it's just me. I'm just sick to death the way Capcom is jerking Nintendo around. In terms of like, hey, you'll get this Resident Evil, but you won't get this one, and you'll only get this one if it sells well, and then, we're going to give you these 3, but we're going to charge you $40 a piece for them. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on here? And I feel like Nintendo needs to just be like, we're done. We're done. Like, you were going to... I think if I was Nintendo, I'd have a conversation with them. And I would have a conversation with all third parties. And go, listen, I understand that we basically kissed all your butts to get you to come back. And we gave you everything we could. We've proven to you now that the console sells... The games sell. Stop with testing the Switch. Those words are done. If you if you publicly come out and say, we're testing the Switch, we're testing to see if this thing comes, we're not going to help you. You're on your own. Yeah, and I think that's a fair thing to have.
I think the numbers would dictate that almost for Xbox. Like, why is anybody testing to see if this will work on Xbox? You know what I mean? Like, not that I want that to happen, but I think that to be all fair, three consoles prove themselves.
But to be fair, in order for it to go on Xbox, it's a clean port.
Sure.
Where on Nintendo, it's almost like they got to do a lot more work to get it over there. And I'm
glad you said that because I'm being a little bit like hyperbolic in that. But exactly.
And even the word clean port isn't really. I mean, it's still going to cost them about $20,000 to port it over.
To put all those extra graphics that it can handle in there, right? That's sort of. You're so done with me, man. Oh man. So what about Capcom?
This is why nobody likes you or Xbox. Don't act offended. Don't act offended.
I hope that stone comes out during this episode. I hope you just pee yourself right now.
that would be glorious, honestly. I'd be okay with that.
You take it. You take it live birth on the episode.
I would be fine with that.
It's a baby boy.
I'd be fine with it.
Bobby Jr.
So I think that like we're in a situation where it's just like, hey, enough's enough. You know what I mean? Like EA, and I think Nintendo's taking that stance with EA. In all fairness, I think Nintendo's just like, we don't care no more.
Enough's enough.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys aren't setting the world on fire anymore. And
do you think this might be them being a little bit fun, like being a little funny with this? Like, are they being coy? Like, oh yeah, we like the other way that they could, maybe something is in the works, and they go, we have nothing to announce at this time. Yeah. And so instead they kind of do this whole like, so I don't know, you know me, Bobby, Sally Sunshine, Mr. Optimist over here. Like, I try to look for the positive and like maybe there's something there, and they can't say anything, so they kind of deflect a little bit. But the unfortunate part is this is not the first time we've seen something like this. Yeah. And so it's pretty easy to interpret it like, yeah, they're just passing the buck a little bit. It's no good.
I agree, and I think that like at some point Nintendo. And if I ran Nintendo, I would pull Capcom aside. If there's nothing in the works, I would pull Capcom aside and go, shut up.
I've got another solution that you might like because it's very spiteful. Nintendo does go publicly and says, Capcom, we at Nintendo and our fans want you to do this. Show us, like, get on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's true.
Like, call them out and just make
Yeah.
it, like, publicly say, like, we want it now. Buck up. If that
Yeah.
was the only thing that was holding you back, we've got it. We want it. Because, like, what is it going to do for Nintendo? Like, it doesn't cost us anything, right?
No,
Like, we're not
and you know what?
taking on
That's the
any
thing.
additional risk.
Maybe the answer is this. Maybe that is the answer. Maybe Nintendo goes, "Hey, Capcom, you promised our fans the Disney Afternoon Collection if things
Exactly.
sold well over here on the Switch. Looking by our numbers, things are selling pretty well on the Switch. I think it's time for you to hold up to your end of the bargain." And
That's the whole, like, puffing up your chest a little bit that we always ask for.
Yeah.
That's a power move for sure.
I agree.
Like, if that's what you want, please give it to us. Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, what else you got to do?
Exactly. Just like, whatever. So that's basically where we're at with that one. I don't think there's anything we need to add to that, right? I think we're good.
We'll just say that we'll all buy it when it comes out.
I've been saying that. You know what though? I've kind of turned around on that. Where at one point, yeah, that was my philosophy. That was my belief.
Buy into everything that they said as a test, and you're just like, yeah, I want to be there.
Yeah, I want to do
for it.
And I did the Street Fighter, and I did the Mega Man games, and then I'm done. Like, I'm done being your beta tester. Like, no.
Yeah, give me something I actually want. Don't.
You're gonna give me Street Fighter 2, and then not even 6 months later come with a Street Fighter Ultimate Collection. Like,
I know.
What?
I still got to get that collection.
I'm not buying that collection. I refuse.
You refuse to buy it?
I refuse to buy it because my thing is,
I want to get it on sale.
My thing is if that was the case, you should have offered me a discount because I bought the first collection or I bought the first game. You know what I mean? Like, I was doing that to help. Not that, you know what I mean? Like, I played the Street Fighter game a little bit and I got into it. I was playing it a little bit, but like, dude, I just think it's crappy to go like.
But it's classic Street Fighter, man. You put out one, and then a year later you have like another edition, which is the same but also more, and then the next year is like Super Mega Collector's Platinum Championship Turbo Edition. Like, it just keeps coming, man. That's classic Street Fighter, and people, I don't know, it just isn't really working. The thing now is that you should be able to have like a base Street Fighter and then keep adding on top of that with download packs and see, like, fighting games. I can't believe they've seemed to have carved out a business model for themselves now that seems to be working, which is completely opposite, which is what I thought, like, where you're paying $20 for a character. Like, why don't they have like what you're seeing with like Fortnite and some of these others where it's like seasons and stuff? Like, I don't understand how fighting games have not gotten to that point. The monetization model.
Well, that's kind of what Street Fighter V was. Street Fighter V was like a slow roll, and like you got. But the problem with that was it was so bare bones in the beginning. And then they slowly started adding DLC characters and seasons and all this weird stuff. And it was like,
sure.
But I get
it's
what you're saying.
It's just got to start at a good.
I think that fighting games, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Because that's ARMS. That's what they tried with ARMS, and it didn't work. I think you need to put the game out. This is the game. Go.
Yeah.
I don't think this slow trickle, this slow rollout of characters and levels.
I don't mean slow rollout. Like, I mean like a season change. Like, I mean like.
Oh, you're saying like stuff. Okay, so you're saying like here's your package.
Yeah.
And then.
Or even like straight up take a battle pass on fighting games where you can earn different skins and cosmetics and levels and all these other things just through playing. I don't know, like that. It seems to me like that's exactly like that's how I would want to play fighting games. Just play more, earn points, unlock stuff, and then keep going. And then 3 months later, they're like, well, here's a new pack with all these other characters and all these other levels, and maybe there's a game mode in there or something. And then that's a whole other thing. But to do what they did to you with Street Fighter, where they sell you the base game and then 2 months later do a whole other package for another $60. Just that doesn't seem a deal either.
So Sean, our next question is powered by patreon.com/Yumi Capri, which you also can send a question in for as little as $1 per month. This one comes from Brendan Myers, and it kind of reflects off of what we're talking about here.
Love it.
And it says, if we ran Nintendo, would we work on adding other game modes from previous Smash titles, such as Smash Run, which was a 3DS exclusive mode, Smash the Target, Smash Tour, Special Orders, all these different things that would come exclusively to Ultimate Smash game? Would you charge DLC, or would you just let it be a free update? Would you allow people to purchase each mode individually? And I think that you nailed it with the Battle Pass mode, where you create this Battle Pass and you go, okay, this is now, we're going to bring out Smash Run. It's going to now come, and as part of it, like, here's some different stuff. And to me, you would get more people buying your DLC fighter passes, and that's what you'd have to call it, was a fighter pass. Just, it don't have to be Battle Pass, just call it fighter pass. And then you basically go, okay, this month you get this character for free. And then we get this stage, and you get this mode, and you do all this stuff. And then, but there are, and to Brendan's point, there's a lot of different modes in Smash that didn't carry over. It didn't come over. And a lot of people wanted them. Like, dude, I'll be honest with you. If they were to come back and go, like, we're going to add trophies. I would go back to Smash tomorrow, and I would begin trophy hunting. That is the one thing that just I love to do in Smash. I would literally log in every day, play for an hour or two, just trying to collect every single trophy.
That would be a good, like, anniversary update. Like, a year into it. Did it just come out last year? Yeah, coming up in the holiday season,
December,
right?
December.
I would do that as like an anniversary, so everybody gets it, and then at that point in time, then announce the paid stuff as well. Like, I wouldn't lock something that has been so central, I think, to Smash in the past behind a paywall. But then you go get everybody back playing it, and then introduce. You go, you can now buy these fighter packs that include all these other modes and things, because trophies seem to be a little bit more underlying. But like Smash Run is something that you can then go ahead and do. So for that reason, I would put that on a paid pack, and then just kind of have your roadmap for everything else that you can be buying for the rest of the year. Because I'm like, for me, like, if people, and that's a great, like, year 2 thing, because year 1, the hardcore fans are going to buy whatever you're throwing at them, which is fighter packs right now. And for me, like, I just don't understand the fighting game community where you guys are paying so much money for another character, particularly for a game that has like 7,000 characters in it. Like, you need more characters. I don't really understand that part. So I wasn't ever going to buy a fighter pack anyways, but you add a little bit more value into it, and then maybe you catch me in year 2, and you bring me back because of the trophies. Where it was like I was missing that, and like, they can't walk away from things like that, particularly when they call this game the Ultimate Edition. Like, they bought all the characters, that's great, but like, what a great news story this would be, and what great excitement and energy to say we're making it Ultimate, or like, we're really honing in on this name and bringing back these modes. But they can't just, I don't think those are free things, to be honest with you. I don't think that those should be rolled out.
I wouldn't offer them as free. Like you said, I would do the fighter pass type thing where I brought it, you know, because we were, before the show started, I was playing Tetris 99.
Yeah,
right?
man.
And this month is basically for the Maximus Cup is Luigi's Mansion 3. And they have a nice theme and all this stuff, and like, it's free, it doesn't cost me anything, but man, it brings me and a lot of other people back every single month. Where people get so hyped up for this weekend where you play, and like, that's what you do. Like, it's an obvious pattern that is working with multitude of games, and it's one of these things where you need to start implementing this stuff. And you know, I honestly, we haven't heard anything about a Splatoon 2 or a Splatoon 3, I'm sorry, anytime recently. And it wouldn't surprise me if they come out this year with a Splatoon 3.
You think?
But, yeah. Dude, it's one of those games that, like, it needs to be active. It's got to stay active. It's not one of these games that just flourish on its own. It's still doing very well, don't get me wrong. We could have a conversation.
But it did what it was going to do.
We could have a conversation.
They're done the Splatfest and everything.
Yeah, remind me to go back to that conversation
in
a minute, because I'm a little pissed off about something we need to talk about with Nintendo.
Okay.
But anyway, so the nice thing is like, that would be the way to bring people back, and to be like, hey, this is what we're offering on this round, and some things you're just not going to get if you don't buy the pass. It's not retroactive. Very much like Fortnite. Very much like Tetris 99. If I didn't play Luigi's Mansion this weekend, I wouldn't get a chance to come back and play it. Like, it's done. It's over. And that's something very similar that I would do here with this. I would go like, here is this month's this season, whatever you want to call it, here it is. End of the month, it's done. Whatever you don't unlock, you don't get it. Although I will say this, to Fortnite's advantage, or to their kudos, if you buy the season pass and there's characters that unlock, they put them in like a chamber, and it convert, because normally to unlock certain characters you have to do certain things. What they do is they go like, okay, here's like a little chamber over here with all your characters you have to unlock still. And you just got to get to a certain level, and then they'll unlock, and then you get to another level, and then like parts of their character start to unlock, and like the different variants unlock and stuff. So I like that, where you don't lose it. So maybe that's something we do, where you go, hey, here's your Smash run. If you buy the pass, you'll automatically get the Smash run.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah,
but you got to just get there as far as levels go, and unlock it and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And that would be, to me, the perfect thing to do. Like, just have it where it doesn't disappear. But you have to buy it for that month. But so here's the thing: like, if I buy this month and Smash Run is involved in it, and you don't buy this month, but you buy next month, you can't get Smash Run. Sorry,
that'd be crazy. But you're right.
Yeah,
because
that's what we keep people coming in, because honestly, that's what keeps people coming back for Fighter Pass or for Battle Pass with Fortnite, is because they're like, man, I might not be able to get these characters again. You know what I mean? Like when John Wick was a character, everybody bought Battle Pass because they were like, I don't want to miss out on John Wick.
And I don't know why, but like the characters seem to be a little bit different than game modes. Like it strikes me as a little bit odd to miss out on an entire game mode, but for a character, like I get.
Yeah.
And you just, because it's such a trophy, the character in and of itself is like this, oh, you were there at the right time. Like, you got it. You struck like you were there when the lightning struck, kind of thing. But game mode, it's like, man, I feel like I'm missing like a part of the game. Like, I feel like I'm down a more significant portion than an actual fighter. So maybe a blend of both. And I wonder about, like, no games smell like Smash. Like, it's very rare for games to sell like that anymore without adopting one of these sort of almost gimmicky type of gotcha game mechanics, where they're just like, they keep tricking you almost to keep coming back. And I think that's what Nintendo, I think, is they're trying. I think they're delaying. They're like almost fighting off these new trends of how to build your monetization models, because they're like, it's still working for us. Yeah. So there is that blend, but man, Fortnite is the standard. Like, Fortnite is one of the biggest games ever. So it's not like Nintendo could say, like, we're leading the pack, we're going to do things our way. Like, you're not leading the pack in this sense. So you almost have to take notice, but it is working in just a different way. And there's what was it, like 20 million units or something stupid like that on Smash? Maybe more, I can't remember.
It's up
but
there.
Things are working, so you always have to keep that in mind when talking about crazy changes. Like, it sold a lot, but I think I don't know. Are people still playing Smash? Like, is that even? Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is, are they feeding money into Smash still? Like, is it still kind of like in that way?
Fighter
like
passes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You wonder about like the monthly revenue for it.
I mean,
like,
here's something crazy. Like, I bought the Fighter passes because I want the DLC characters.
Yeah.
And I barely play. But the thing is there's always that occasion where people want to play, and I'm like, it'd be nice to have all the characters. You know?
I just think a game like Smash is so huge, it should be up there in terms of like, this is keeping the lights on for the entire company. Like, it's so big.
Well, I mean, it's obvious that it is, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't have created Fighter Pass DLC too. Like, they're doing another whole Fighter Pass.
Good point.
You know,
yep, that's a good point.
Because originally they were like 5 more characters and we're out. And then I think they were looking at it like, hey,
game.
Man, we're making money, but it also brings people back. It always adds that excitement to every direct, because you know now that we're going to get a character. And it's like, they're seeing all this stuff, and it's like, holy cow, man.
Good point. Good point. So now that is the balance of a paid game. It's a $60 game plus all the returning revenue as well. And I think that I've forgotten that, because I was comparing it to Fortnite, which obviously is a free-to-play game. So slightly different.
The one thing I want to go back to, I want to go back to this real quickly. So everybody knows that I have a second Switch here, and this is my primary Switch. So my streaming Switch is my old Switch, and the reason why I made that my streaming Switch and not my not my primary is because in order to play the Switch that isn't the primary account, you need to check in with the internet.
Right.
So I can't be out on the go and checking the internet with this in order to play a game.
With your light, yeah.
So I have the internet here at my house all the time, so it just makes sense that my OG one would be my one that basically checks in.
Mm-hmm.
So in doing that, all my save data is pretty much primarily on this one. And now in order to go back and forth, I have to do a backup. So initially what will happen is I have to download the game here, because all the games are already downloaded on my original Switch. But if I want to play a game or whatever, I have to download the game here and then do the backup. And then once I do the backup, then the save data is on the OG Switch.
Mm-hmm.
A little convoluted at times, but whatever. Because Splatoon 2 is one of those games that you can't cloud save, I literally have to start all over again on my streaming Switch.
Yeah.
And at first I thought, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. But I realize now, 2-3 years later, all the time, all the stuff that I did to unlock, the fact that you have to be level 10 before you can go into rank play, man, there is such things that like are just so frustrating now. Mainly because I've already done it. And I don't understand how cross-saving, cloud saving, people are going to cheat on Splatoon. I don't get that. I don't understand. Because here's the thing. Everything else works seamlessly.
Yeah.
I play Tetris 99. I leave Tetris 99. I go pick up this Switch, jump into Tetris 99. Backup's already taken place. The save's there. We're good to go. So I don't understand why the issue is what the issue is. And I think the only reason I could possibly think is if the two aren't on sync and I mistakenly go and update and I grab the wrong update and then I lose what I had earned, and then maybe that's what Nintendo's trying to avoid is the complaints. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that's something that needs to be fixed. And on top of that, no game should not be able to have cloud backup. And on top of that, when Animal Crossing comes out, we're going to have some serious problems. Because the fact that I'm not going to be able to technically do what I wanted to do and play this on the go, and then come home and hop into the other one, it makes no sense for me to buy this one.
I'm just waiting for you to say like one more thing, Bobby. Just one more thing. Do you know what it is? Do you know what that one thing is?
I'm not going to say it, Sean.
You were right, Sean. You were right. I made fun of you for being so loud and obnoxious about this issue, which Bobby, was saying was not a real problem, and I can't believe you're making something out of nothing. This is a massive problem. And I'm glad. I hate that you're being frustrated about it. I don't want you to be frustrated about anything, but this is a real deal, and it's a huge reason why I've not bought a light in addition to my OG Switch. I don't want to deal with any of that garbage, especially if it's sometimes for this game and sometimes for this game. Let me tell you something, Bobby. Cloud saves work for Xbox 360 games going up to my Xbox One. So it's not even about like a timing, when did this game come out or anything like that. Yeah. They work all the way back to I could play something on my 360 cloud save and then pick it up on my Xbox One or on my PC in some cases. Yeah. And it's the same save. Yeah. It's insane. So I look forward to finding a Switch Lite that as a design that I absolutely love. I love the designs right now, but I have a feeling something else is going to come out. I'm going to want that. Yeah. But I think that's going to be my only Switch. Well, for me, I just won't stream them.
For me, you stream other stuff, and that's where you're at. I stream just predominantly the Switch.
I know, man. So you have to keep it. Like, you're locked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Although I say that about Animal Crossing, and I don't necessarily think I'll be that upset with it, because
you're gonna want to stream it. You're gonna want to stream it.
I'll stream Animal Crossing, and when I play on the go, I'll play a different town. I like the aspect. I like the aspect of having two towns.
You would do that, yeah.
Because the one town I could kind of let people in and not worry about them destroying stuff and stealing stuff, and it won't bother me. And then I'll have my other town where that's like my pristine, perfect town, and I don't have to worry about anything.
That's a good point.
So I can, but the Splatoon thing bothered me because I wanted to jump in and play with the community.
No kidding.
And I just feel so overwhelmed because I don't have the weapons I want. I don't have the gear that I have, and it's like I'm trying to learn all over again. And the biggest problem is seashells, man. seashells unlock items, not items, but they unlock like slots on your gear, and I can't get them now. I have to wait a long time before I can get them. It's so frustrating. And that's stuff that I earned on my other, on my original account through the. You all right?
Yeah, you can't hear that?
No.
It's stomping around up here, 7:30 in the morning. Goodness gracious.
Well, go take care of the kid. Go start whipping Heiners.
No, he's with his mom.
And if that's the wife you got to whip around, that's fine too.
I'm not gonna do that.
She might
Just
hurt
to be
you.
clear.
Yeah,
I know I might get hurt.
I'd be afraid of her. I didn't tell you this. She showed me something the other day, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not allowed to talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about that per se. But she showed me something, and then I was like, one day your kid's going to look at you and say, "Mom, I'm going to shove that camera up your butt," because she takes pictures all the time. This kid, she goes, or hopefully he won't be that much of an a-hole that he'll just appreciate all the memories.
It's true.
And I was like, well, maybe he'll just be like me, and we'll tell you one day to shove the camera.
Should have named him Bobby after all.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay, so our final topic here comes from Grrouchie Serge, who, again, patreon.com/YumiCapri. If we ran Nintendo, should we start a Nintendo House reality TV show where you select 5 YouTubers / Twitchers, etc., and 5 regular fans all week long? They stream content and do challenges, and then on Kickout Day, they would have to play a Nintendo game tournament that is randomly selected. I love this.
So do I.
Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how is this not in the culture and the lifestyle that we live in? Like, how is this not a thing already?
Oh,
my
God,
it back all
dude.
onto TV, man. You could have it on actual TV as well as YouTube as well.
Yeah.
But of course, my favorite reality TV show of all time, Bobby, Big Brother.
Oh yeah,
Put them all in the same house, even.
Yeah.
Lock them up.
Yeah.
It'll be all summer, all winter, whatever you like.
Oh,
and they can have
amazing.
the challenges that they would have would be video game challenges, a different game, different mode, different whatever parameters.
So this is what I'm thinking, Sean. This is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, we're not going to record next week, because we'll be in Rome. But we are going to do an episode when we get back from Rome. Yeah,
we'll just be a little delayed next week, everybody.
I want to build this show next week.
Do it. Let's just do it.
I want to pick what YouTubers we bring in.
Oh, we could just do it with us. We're all the YouTubers are there.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm talking about we build this show.
Okay.
Meaning we pick the 5 YouTubers, Twitch streamers that we would put on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then we create the name of the show, and we do all these different things. It'll give us a week to think it out and kind of work this out, because I like this idea a lot, and I totally would do something like this if I ran Nintendo, because I think it's perfect. I think it's first off, if it's an hour-long show, it's an hour-long commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't have to be stuck just doing, we'll get into it because I got all these ideas kicking around in my head. But I'm thinking how they have oh my God, I can't. None of my mind just went blank on the Big Brother stuff. But you know how they do the challenges to keep themselves from
veto
challenge, right?
Challenge,
so rather than a veto challenge, you do a retro challenge where you bring out a retro console and you have to play. So the kind of cool thing is you're bringing people in that dude, they might be amazing at Fortnite, right? But then you break out GoldenEye. And you're okay,
I love it.
You have to win this challenge in order to win the veto to not get evicted. Oh, dude, we could do all kinds of stuff.
That's really good.
Yeah, so
you could have the players play a Super Mario Maker level that the other people made for them. Or, all this stuff. You're totally right, man. I love it.
We're gonna build this. This is a good idea. Serge, fantastic idea.
Seriously, where did this even come from?
This will be next week because we're not going to have time to really do a regular show next week, I think. So this will give us time to sit around. We could talk about this on the car ride back.
Big time.
And just come up with a lot of kick ideas around and stuff. So
Bobby will be driving. I'll have my cute little notepad, just taking notes with my feet out the window. It'll be super romantic, Bobby. I can't wait for our nice romantic weekend together.
Little roadhead. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what?
So that is all. Thank you guys.
Is that the Kirby reference this week?
That's some sucking involved.
I mean,
that is all. Thank you guys.
Pain meds, dude. Lighten up.
Thank you guys for listening to another episode of If We Ran Nintendo, episode 172, now in your ear holes. We appreciate everybody that supports us over on Yubi, Capri, patreon.com over there. Everybody that follows Sean Capri over on the Twitter, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. Check him out over on twitch.tv/Sean Capri. You can follow me, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Peace out, Toby.
You